Good morning, distinguished colleagues and friends. It is an honor for me to speak at this annual meeting of the International Dairy Federation. I would have much preferred to be with you in person. Unfortunately, some unforeseen circumstances have prevented me to join you in Santiago. I will attempt nonetheless to use this opportunity to highlight how food science and dairy science underpin nutrition, sustainability, and innovation through this presentation, and how efforts of standardization, and particularly our collaboration between IDF and IOFOS, the International Union of Food Science and Technology, how our collaboration under the auspices of Codex and across the scientific community contribute to safe, fair, and sustainable food and dairy systems globally. Now, food and dairy science are the cornerstones of global nutrition and economic development. Dairy products nourish billions of people daily, providing high-quality proteins and essential micronutrients. Beyond nutrition, the dairy sector sustains livelihoods, supports gender equity in agriculture, and anchors rural economies. Our shared challenge, and perhaps also opportunities to ensure that this contribution remains sustainable, is supported by science and is also globally accessible. Now, milk and dairy products represent one of the most nutrient-dense food groups. They provide up to 20% of global dietary protein and are rich in calcium, vitamin B12, riboflavin, and potassium, amongst other nutrients. For children and the elderly, dairy products support growth, bone health, and overall dietary quality. According to FAO and also to scientists from IDF, dairy contributes significantly to food security in both developed and developing nations. However, access and affordability remain uneven, making science-guided policy and fair trade essential. Globally, over 150 million households are engaged in milk production, and the dairy sector connects smallholder farmers to markets, including to international and regional markets, ensuring that there is income diversification and there is also stability brought to these production, often small communities. The industrial dairy systems, meanwhile, drive innovation and they drive efficiency. Together, they form an interconnected web linking agriculture, nutrition, and economic growth. The challenge is, of course, to balance scale with inclusivity, ensuring that the scientific progress benefits all producers and consumers. Now, today, dairy production, as is the case in many food sector productions systems, face profound transformation pressures. Climate change is one of the issues and is altering feed quality, water availability, as well as animal health, while we're seeing that methane emissions continue to be under close scrutiny. Sustainability goals demand reduced environmental footprints and improved circularity of production. Resilience is tested on an ongoing basis by supply chain shocks, by disease outbreaks, and by market volatility. Addressing these challenges requires innovation that is anchored in science. They also require regulatory frameworks that adapt to new realities on an ongoing basis. Science-based standards bridge knowledge and practice. They translate laboratory findings, for example, into real-world safety or quality, as well as measures of sustainability. Standards help protect consumers and support producers by defining expectations for safety, which is a cornerstone for fair trade. Standards also ensure trust in the marketplace and form the foundation of mutual recognition between nations. Without standards, innovation cannot safely reach the public, and small producers risk to be excluded from global markets. The Codex Alimentarius and the bodies that support it exemplifies how standardization levels the global playing field. It provides harmonized benchmarks for food safety and quality, ensuring that all countries, regardless of resources, can participate fairly in domestic, in regional, and international trade. Now, Codex also ensures that food safety decisions are grounded in sound science and not in politics. The framework of the Codex Alimentarius Commission allows even developing nations to access global markets while protecting their population. Codex is, as you know, an entity that was established over 60 years ago by its parent organizations, FAO and WHO, with the dual mandate to protect consumers' health and ensure fair practices in the food trade. Codex operates as an inclusive system, gathering over 180 member countries and also gathering over 200 observers. Codex is underpinned and supported by scientific advice provided by joint expert bodies managed by FAO and WHO, including JECFA, CHEMRA, JMPR, and GEMU. They also enable confidence that milk, for example, in one country is equivalent in safety and quality to milk in another country. This is how science becomes the foundation of global trust. And IOFOS, the International Union of Food Science and Technology, is proud to partner with IDF in promoting food and dairy standards that are anchored and underpinned by science. IDF, being the authoritative voice for the dairy sector, linking science, technology, and policy, has contributed substantially to Codex through data, methods, and expertise, influencing standards for milk composition, labeling, and determining prevention mechanisms for contamination of this important commodity. IDF's working group have connected industry experts, regulators, and scientists, turning dairy science into actionable and harmonized standards. This is in fact a model of how sectoral expertise can help complement international governance. Recognizing our shared goals, IOFOS and IDF formalized a collaboration agreement through a memorandum of understanding. Both of our organizations champion evidence-based contributions to international standard setting in food. IDF brings the deep sectoral knowledge, and IOFOS is happy to bring the cross-disciplinary food science and technology expertise. Together, we hope to ensure that innovation, nutrition, and safety advance hand in hand. Within IOFOS, dairy science is an essential component of our global scientific mission. It links research in processing, product innovation, nutrition with applied food technology. A landmark initiative that I'm happy to mention in this regard is the creation of the International Dairy Center of Excellence based in Hohhot, Inner Mongolia in China. Established through an agreement between IOFOS and the Inner Mongolia government, this hub aims to advance dairy research and innovation, to facilitate global scientific exchange, and to support sustainable dairy development through education and technology transfer. We are very lucky to receive the support from IDF in this initiative, and this initiative represents IOFOS's tangible commitment to supporting dairy science globally. Now, modern food science allows us to reimagine dairy's future. New processing technologies extend shelf life and help us reduce waste. Fermentation and bioactive compounds open pathways for functional dairy products. Digital traceability enhances transparency and consumer confidence, and alternative energy and packaging technologies help us improve sustainability. All these innovations must align with safety and quality standards, turning scientific advancement into trusted nutrition sources. Innovation without standardization risks fragmentation. Science-based standards provide the guardrails for responsible innovation. They ensure that novel dairy products meet safety, compositional, and labeling expectations worldwide. Through codex and supported by national frameworks, these standards create predictability for innovators and regulators alike. International collaboration, particularly between our two organizations, IDF and IOFOST, and our representation in Codex ensures more coherence and potentially global applicability. The path forward requires continued joint action, advancing science-based policymaking in dairy, promoting equitability to access to innovation, and embedding sustainability and resilience in production systems. The collaboration between IOFOST and IDF is built on mutual respect and a shared vision to make dairy a model of how food science, food innovation, and standardization can work together for the global good. The path forward requires continued joint action and basically requires us to work together. It is with these final words that I would like to thank you for the invitation to be part of your annual meeting. Once again, I would have really preferred to be there in person and contribute to the discussions. And I would like to thank on behalf of our board of directors and of every food scientist, the dairy science community for including us in this gathering. I wish you a great discussion ahead. Thank you.
The International Union of Food Science and Technology, IUFOST, is the global scientific organization representing national food science and technology bodies from around the world. Through its network of experts, member associations, and disciplinary groups, IUFOST promotes the advancement and application of food science and technology. These efforts address some of the most pressing global challenges, from food safety and nutrition to sustainability and innovation. As a recognized global voice for food science, IUFOST works closely with international partners and institutions. They foster scientific collaboration, capacity building, and knowledge exchange that benefit both policy and practice. IUFOST, strengthening food science and technology for humanity.